what can I say about this next performer? Has her own magazine. I think
I got two of them even.
two of them. Nice. Entrepreneur. Everyone give it up for Janet.
I'm a Chicago girl, so I asked them to play me some Chicago band's music that I had liked, a poet from Chicago. So anyway, hi. I would like to share 3 poems with you. This first one was in the book Contents Under Pressure, which is now at its second printing, but it's also in this poetry collection book called Oeuvre. Oeuvre. And it's huge. I have 2 copies of it right here still. I think, I don't know, $15, or if you want something, let me know, and it could be yours, I guess. This one's called I'm Thinking About Myself Too Much. All my life has been all about you. What do you need? What do you want? How can I help you? What can I do for you? And now for once I start to live, and now you tell me that I'm thinking about myself too much. And I think back to all the time I've spent with you, and all the care I've given you. And then now you tell me that I'm thinking about myself too much. And I've cooked for you, and I've cleaned for you, and I've made sure that your world made sense. And now you tell me that I'm thinking about myself too much. And the only thing I can think is that you're only angry because I'm thinking about me at all.
Yeah.
This one is something I've never shared, I don't think, while not here. This is from a book. I'm a Chicagoan that I've moved here in 2015, and I have a book of poems that I have written that have not been in shows, and it's called Pheromemes, because if you can be attracted to someone's pheromones, you can be attracted to my memes, I guess. This is a poem called Violence There. Ancient mythology may have had fantastic stories of how gods would battle each other. But gods have been developed by man to explain mysteries to us mere mortals. Pray to the sun god, chant for the rain god to create the crops and satiate our simple survival. But as I see it, as time wore on, the gods we all claim to revere seem to stop quarreling amongst themselves because... And wait a minute, if they were gods, shouldn't they have figured this out before? But the gods figured out that instead of battling against each other, us mere mortals are much easier targets. And when that gets dull, why not let the idiot masses do the killing themselves? Because sure, in the Old Testament, the gods punished Adam and Eve, not because Eve ate from the tree of knowledge, but because she convinced man that knowledge might be a good idea. And sure, there's a flood, a pretty big one at that, and there's a mass killing of firstborn sons unless you put lamb's blood and a cross on your door. Sure, I get it, there's violence there. But in the New and Improved Testament, they say be kind to turn the other cheek. But now we're reduced to humans who fight in the name of God. And if we humans got any of that Colosseum-themed bloodlust out of our gods, they must be having a field day watching us destroy ourselves. It may have taken those gods too many millennia to figure it out, but now that they've let their violent side fester in us for long enough, those gods now can just sit back and watch us, mere mortals, in a really entertaining show. Thank you, thank you. But it's going to be in the December 2017 issue of Dawn of the Dirt magazine, which will be released as an Amazon book then. And it is also something that I wrote on Earth Day this year, and it is something that I am proud to be performing in a feature in the beginning of November at the Baha'i Center. There are 2 shows left at the Baha'i Center of multiple features. I've got cards here with the dresses, and it's the first Saturday of November for this show. If anybody wants to know about it, please take a card, because I've got a stack of them and I'd love to share them with you. This is called Earth Was Alive and Dying. I had a dream the other night. I walked out of the city to a forest, and there were neatly paved bicycle paths and trash cans every 50 feet. and trash every 10. And I walked deeper into the forest, managed to get away from the picnic tables and outhouses that lined the forest's edges. The roaring cars gave way to the rustling of tree branches, crackling of fallen leaves under my step. When the wind tunneled through, the wind whistled and sang as it flew past the bark and leaves. I walked, listened to the crack of dead branches under my feet, and I felt a branch against my shoulder, and I looked up in my dream, and I could hear the trees speak to me. And they said, "Thank you for letting the endangered animals live here amongst us. We do think they are so pretty, and it would be a shame to see them go. And thank you for recycling paper for just a little while, because you're saving us for just a little while longer. We've been on this planet for so long, embedded in the earth. We do have souls, you know. You can hear it in our songs. We cling with our roots. We don't want to let go." And I said, "But I don't do much. I don't do enough." And they said, "We know, but we'll take what we can get." And I woke up in a sweat. Do you even know why we should save the rainforest? Oh, preserve the delicate balance. Just tear the whole forest down. What difference does it make? Put in some orange groves, or concentrate orange juice can be a little bit cheaper. But did you know that medical researchers have a very, very hard time trying to come up with synthetic cures for diseases on their own? It first helps them out if they can first find that substance in nature. And a tree that appears in the rainforest with the cure may be the only one of its species, or one like it may be 2 miles away instead of right next to it. I wonder how many cures we've destroyed to plant more orange groves. Serves us right. Everything is linked here. We destroy our animals so that we can be wasteful and violent. We destroy our plants. We destroy our earth. We're even destroying our air. We wreak havoc on the soil, on the atmosphere. We dump our wastes into our lakes. We pump aerosol cans and exhaust pipes. And these animals and forests keep calling out to me. The oceans, the wind. But in the wild, you have no power over anyone else. Now that we're civilized, we create our own wild. Maybe when we have all this power, the only choice we have is to destroy ourselves. And so we do.
Everyone give it up for Jeanette.